and I'd like to turn it back over to Murat to facilitate some questions. I've seen that some of the people are writing some questions on the side, and maybe we can get some of those questions answered. So Murat, please take over, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Matthew. It was very elaborative and so much studies for us to read through and get to the details of the presentation that you made. Just to capture that, the record of this meeting will be also made available online so people can re-listen. And also, as you said, they can have access to the PDF version of this. Now the floor is open to questions. If anyone has, please raise your hand so that we can see with Rita on who would like to put a question or made a comment or share their experience with. We have another 15 to 20 minutes to close the session at max, and please feel free to share. Did they raise a hand?
Murat, while people are thinking about their questions, I've noticed that a few people are asking about ceramic filters in schools in multiple countries, and some questions around cleaning ceramic filters and whether ceramic filters are effective at school. I think some of these issues around specific technologies will be covered in the technology sessions, and we'll go over some of the different technologies that have been used at schools. In terms of ceramic filters, I haven't seen many reports on how well ceramic filters can be used at schools, and I'd be very interested to see from some of the people who say they are promoting. It will be very interesting to get their thoughts, because my impression is that ceramic filters are quite slow to produce water. Maybe at 2 liters, if done right, they're 2 liters per hour. And one of the big concerns is that they may not produce enough water at school for children. So when we get to that session, session 5 and 6, I'd be very interested to get the thoughts of people on how to maintain the ceramic filters, because I think the Zambia team pointed out it's very challenging to maintain ceramic filters at school where children want to play with them and break them. But I'd be interested to get some feedback from people, maybe the Kwaho team, or maybe Samuel Gitao from Kenya will be able to get some feedback from the Kwaho team to find out how it's going.
Thanks, Matt. I think we can discuss the use of point of use water treatment systems through schools at module 4 or 5 when we come there. But there are countries who have adapted this, like Cambodia and Nicaragua, on an excellent level of promotion of ceramic filters and its maintenance and operation through the schools. I just want to go back and ask a question about the impact of ocean schools on boys. You said there were more impact in the Kenya results that you are making on the girls, but not a similar impact on boys. Can you a little bit elaborate this further?
Yeah. So when we looked at, and I want to say this is just around absenteeism. So this isn't overall impact, and of course this doesn't touch on the rights-based approach and the right that all boys need to have access at school. But what we found for absenteeism, just absenteeism, is that boys in schools that received hygiene promotion and water treatment were not less likely. They didn't miss more school than boys in the control group. Whereas girls, we saw quite a substantial decline in absenteeism among girls, and that could be because of the difference could be because of just that the approach just helped girls more than it helped boys in terms of avoiding disease transmission. personal hygiene, also the privacy components of improved access to cleaner latrines allowed them to have more privacy, be more likely to use the latrines instead of missing school. Whereas boys, it may just not have had as big an effect in terms of absenteeism. So it may have had an effect on water treatment in health, or of course, the rights-based argument means we want to improve access regardless.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. I will pass to Blessis from Malawi. Blessis, the floor is over to you.
Okay, thanks for your.
Can you speak a little bit louder?
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. Your presentation clearly demonstrates that the hygiene is quite important. But we have some challenges regarding that because in programming, we find that we support more of the infrastructure, and then there's very less funding that we do for hygiene promotion. This actually gives us quite some tough challenges for us to go ahead. How can we articulate these issues in the absence of adequate information, as you have shown now? Hello?
So you're saying in the absence of adequate information, how we can emphasize the importance of hygiene promotion in schools. Is that correct? The line is a bit breaking if you, yeah.
Murat, can you repeat that again, please? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, I couldn't hear well. Also, what I understood, Blesius, please correct me if I'm wrong or type in the question. In the absence of the evidence base and data, we clearly know that hygiene promotion is important. How would we consider giving more weight to hygiene promotion rather than the hardware facilities, I guess?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, I think that the evidence is emerging. Even in the peer-reviewed literature, the Bowen article that I discussed really does underscore the importance of hygiene promotion and systematic hygiene promotion as a way to improve uptake of the sanitation systems, and hopefully there'll be more data coming out, because I recognize that donors, the first thing that gets cut sometimes is the hygiene promotion, and I think in the absence of the data, I think we need to just push on and continue to underscore the fact that without hygiene promotion, money for hygiene promotion in the schools, without a systematic way to engage pupils, engage teachers, and engage stakeholders, that the donor money won't really last very long, because it won't be sustainable and it won't have the impact that's necessary.
Thanks, Matt. I will move to Tajikistan. Nargis, it's over to you.
Thank you, Murat. Thank you very much, Matt. It was a very interesting presentation and very useful data for us. And we'll go through the presentation again to look through this data, which something that got our very much attention is the data provided about the absenteeism and disaggregated by gender. We think that this kind of this information, that the picture that you have shown, is very similar to what we have in the most of the countries in our region as well, because the poor water and sanitation impact the attendance of children, particularly girls. Therefore, here in Tajikistan, particularly our Washington Schools program project is joined with the girls' education project activities, and we try to improve the attendance of girls through the Washington School interventions. My question is about the similar data. Is there any data available on impact of Washington schools on attendance of children, not only disaggregated by gender but also by age? Because this also, we believe that impact on the on children of different age is also different. Thank you.
I think that's a very good question, and I'm not aware of data like that. What we could do though is look at that information in the data that we have and see, absenteeism is high. There are different dynamics at play. When children are younger, they're more likely to be absent, but when girls get older, they're also more likely to be absent. So I think that's a really important question and an important component that needs to be addressed. I think in the Miguel and Kramer study that I talked about, you saw, and let me pull it up. Here, you see that. Well, this isn't really about age. Yeah, I guess that that's a very good question, and I think there's a need to look at that more and see if we can take a look at that component as well.
Nargiza, thank you very much. It was an excellent question, and it could be a nice topic for a case study that you may develop from Tajikistan while walking through this course. And also, it's an opportunity for other colleagues to think and share with us any gray literature or whatever studies they have in this kind of questions that are coming up, so that we can circulate within the group, and you can use the course website to post similar questions and other colleagues to post answers if they may have, so that we can pool and generate ideas for future studies and other stuff. I would like to move to Iraq. Haile, it's over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Murat. My question is on the first slide of the impact of different WASH interventions on reduction of diarrhea, I think. There was a slide, the first, here it is there. If you see the third row, water quality and quantity says reduction by 16%. I am just asking for a clarification. If the combined water quality and quantity is reducing only by 16%, how come water quantity intervention is reducing by 27%, a separate intervention? It's a bit of a confusion for me. I assume a combined intervention should have more impact than separate quantity or quality intervention. Can you explain for me that one? That's a clarification.
That's a very good question, and I asked it myself the first time I saw this paper as well, because it doesn't quite make sense. But I want to point out that these are different studies. So it's not a combination. It's not that that water quantity and water quality was a combination of the water quality and the water quantity studies. These are different studies. So there was right here you can see that there are 22 studies